Hi everybody! Long time ago, it was June 2021, I have watched Armin Hirmer's review of the Zhu Ran. And just recently, beginning of February this year, I have seen Journey with Arrows, Dave Brown, who has also had made a video about the Zhu Ran. And this reminded me that I wanted to have this bow already, but 2021 AF Archery did not ship to Germany, and so I have skipped it. Thursday, the bow has been delivered. It's been a bundle package, so I've also bought the black tartar that will be reviewed later. So for today it will be the Zhu Ran. And the Zhu Ran is quite special because it's the only bow that I'm aware of that has a 37-inch max draw. So design-wise, the Zhu Ran reminds me on a Tang bow, but also on a Han bow. And to be precise on this one, I don't mean the Han, that horde that was threatening Europe in the 15th century. No, I'm talking of the Han Chinese. And the Han Chinese had their climax in 200, what was it? 206 to 220. And I show you here for comparison the Tang. This is the Tang Dunhuan. See the similar shapes. Yeah. But you see a difference in the siyahs. So the Tang has a little thicker siyah section here compared to the Zhu Ran. And this is my Hanwind. My Hanwind 3, so the Hanwind 1 is a little larger, 3 inches. And you see here the tips are different. And we know it from today's bowyers, every bowyer has its own way of creating tips. And the siyah section here, this is the Mariner, is quite massive compared to the AF. But we know these differences also in Turkish bows. Not every Turkish bow is the same. And so we see this as, bowyers' differences. The next hint to sort this bow is the name itself. Zhu Ran is a Chinese name. Zhu is the family name and Ran the personal name. And I thought I can look this up in Google, and indeed I found something. Zhu Ran was a general, a military general that was born in 182, and died 248 AD. So that means that when the Han Chinese got their power in 206, this man was 38 years old. Yeah, so he was just busy with his work when the Han Chinese started. And he was still alive when the Han dynasty went down. So I think this bow refers more to the Han Chinese dynasty. And that's the reason why I use this quiver for this. Yeah, so this is, since Han Dynasty is quite a long time ago, more than 1,700 years ago, there's not much left. Yeah, so a bit of wooden plates that are covered with lacquer, and as well the coverage of this one. So this is a build according to photos I have seen. I've never seen the piece myself, and you can see it must be wooden because otherwise it would be too heavy, and I guess it was covered with lacquer as well. And so you have here these horns, And Haydn Fu has helped me to create this one because I didn't know what the horns are for. He said, well, there are stripes from the left to the right, and here you can then just put in the arrows. And they don't slide out if you do it properly. There are small figures made of clay that show that the Han Chinese have worn this here more or less as a backpack and then grab the arrow like this. If you have it a bit higher, you can grab the ears and pull it to the side you want. For me, since I have a frozen shoulder, I can raise arm and so on, but this movement is a bit stuck, and so I would misuse this quiver and wear it on the side, like this. Okay, this is about the quiver. Coming to the technology, the specs of the bow. The bow has a length knock to knock of 63.5 inches. This is really a huge bow. Strung, it's 58. We have a brace height measured from here to there of a bit less than 7 inches. So I measured 6.75. The arrow pass is very narrow, so it's only 19 millimeters. You can see that there is no rayskin also. Yeah, so if I would put rayskin here, we can add 1 millimeter to it each side. Or half, at least one, yeah, 1.5 on each side, so it would be then 20, still narrow. The weight is 470 grams, so it's not a lightweighted bow. This is due to the material we have here inside. We come to it a little later. And we have very long siyahs, so large siyahs. They go from here to there. And the handle section fades out here. So in total, we have a bending length of this 36.5 inch long bow of approximately 17.5 inches. Show you. See the bending section? As you might know, my max draw is 31, so I will never max out this bow. The strength is 35 pound at 28 inches. My jig can draw up to 35 inches. So I cannot tell you exactly how much power the bow has at 37 inch draw, but it must be approximately 50 or 53. Yeah, so approximately about that. So if you plan to buy this bow and you have that long draw, because you are 1.90 meters, then 35 might be a good start. Depends on what you draw. What else? I covered this one. Recommended arrow weight according to Bamboo Archery table is 15 grain per pound, because we have these large siyahs and it's a long bow. Yes, I taught this. Yeah. Okay, materials. We have here in the limbs bamboo. Then we have a veneer that is Bubinga and bear paw glass on both sides. So the back side is very shiny and it's a bit rough on the inside. The siyah section has also a stable core, so a carbon core. Maybe you can see this line here. This is the carbon, runs up to the tip. And we have here reinforced also the same material that we have here in the handle section, and this is some kind of technowood. So it's completely black. Wooden structure is not visible anymore, but technowood is wood where the water inside of the wood has been exchanged by epoxy, so it's stabilized. And since epoxy is heavier than water, we have here a little more weight in the bow. But according to the bow length, this is really not much. As you can see, the handle section is covered in a nice leather, so the grip is very good. See, it's not easy sliding. And yeah, you have here this logo, and you have this, what is it called, overlay section. Very nice. So we have also no, ash. Yeah, this must be ash here, this piece. Yeah, now I've covered everything about the bow. Approximately Han Dynasty style, most likely. And yeah, now I find out the actual weight that I have here today. 28 is the blue, 29 the red, and 31 my max draw, the yellow one. It's quite narrow, so $34.62. Now a bit more. $36.42. So we have 1 inch more and approximately 2 pound more. And then 31. $39.48. Yeah, so a little less than 40, which is quite nice. Yeah, that's everything about the specs and materials. And now let's shoot. So temperature currently is 5 degrees Celsius and we have 37 humidity. All right, here I show you the handle section. I can see here the wood rings. I guess you can't see it, but nevertheless they are there. The handle shape is nicely rounded, no edges, and my S size hand fits it very well. If you have larger hands, you may touch your thumb here, but this handle is not small, it's just similar to a Turkish bow handle. So very nice. Okay, first shots, short distance as always. I use 600 spined arrows with 550 grain. Length is 29.5. So I don't do the long draw, but nevertheless I can try to get it the Gao Ying style done. Well, this was more or less a Turkish release. We can do this better. This was better and more to the center. The arrows currently go a bit more to the left, but this is me. Focusing on the style. So, the string wrapping here is relatively thick. I think it's a fast flight string, and so the vermeil knock a bit tight. So all arrows go to the left. So the sound is very nice. It's a dark sound. Here it has a high tone as well, but at draw, at release, it sounds dark, and the draw itself, it's very soft, very smooth. It's always the same amount of power you need to extend the draw. Next round. testing the speed. So I calculate later the actual grain per pound at my draw length. $151. $152. $153. $152. $155. And last one. $152. In average, 152. So approximately this is 15 grain per pound, which is heavy. The sound of the bow is good. Vibration is fine. And so I think this is the correct weight for the bow. Speed-wise, it's not a speed monster, although the lever here is very long. But as we said, the bending section is very small. So maybe if the handle section would have been a bit shorter, we have more bending length, we might get more speed. I don't know, it's just what I think, because this is really a large area here. Could be smaller. But nevertheless, very beautiful bow, and performance is very nice. And yeah, you know, if you have a longer draw, you have heavier arrows, you might nevertheless get a little more speed out of it. And you know, you can use less weighted arrows, but this can then lead to a shorter durability of your bow. So now you see the bow at side, beautiful shape. Now they're more centered, maybe because I am. This was a center shot. So it's so the bow is so large, but nevertheless, especially because of that, it's very nice to draw. More or less effortless. Yeah, very nice. So if you want to see the result, I can show you. Nothing exciting. The one I said center shot is the one that is quite touching the dark round area there. Yeah. So this one was the center shot from my perspective out there. I need better glasses, so indeed my optics is a problem. Although last time at the archery club I've shot without glasses and the result was similar. So maybe I should put a small bell here and just shoot per sound. In case you ask yourself how the quiver is loaded, when it's on the back, there is a partner, company or whatsoever who can help loading the quiver, and then you do it likewise with the others, so no problem. The general always had some helpers around him. I'm very sure about that. So no discussion. And yeah, if you're, for example, a farmer or something, you might have a much more simpler quiver than that one. Maybe just some kind of bag or so. And then it's easy anyway. So if you plan to wear this quiver on the back, the arrows should be some kind of woven in, like this. You can just go through a bit more straight, no problem. Like this one, the next a bit from here to there, so that there is some kind of tension in the end. And the more arrows you have here, the more the tension gets, like this. Yeah, and then the quivers are secured here. It was not a good shot. I'll show you nevertheless. Yeah, so very target friendly here, spraying the arrows. So if you ask yourself if you can shoot the bow in another style, yeah, sure. Why not? You can shoot it the Turkish style, or Slavic release, or Mediterranean. There are no limits, except if you are in a wood or in a forest and you would like to move through smaller and uneasy passages. You need to always be aware that the bow is quite long and you are touching easily something else. Yeah, if you mind that, this is not a problem. And as Dave Brown has showed it already, he was very happy with the Zhu Ran in the parkour. And parkour is called in Britain a little bit different. I don't know the word yet, but check out this video. He's just shooting it very nicely. Maybe I draw the Turkish style now. This is a bit shorter then. Has no effect. Maybe the arrows could be spined to 500 or 400. So I need to compensate a little. Yeah, they all go a bit to the left now. Very nice bow. The benefit of the Gao Ying release is that you more or less avoid collapsing release if you do it the right way. That one was close to the other. I'll show you. This one was not good shot, but these were close together. This is a bit too high, so I need to practice a little. So here it's about the combination bow and arrows. The arrows have the right weight, but maybe not the right spine. And so it's a bit more work to get it closer to the center here. But this is by far not the problem of the bow. It's the archer that uses the arrows. And so I need to practice. Résumé. What do I think of the Zhu Ran? It's a very, very beautiful bow. So the Bubinga wood is a very nice veneer. And I would have chosen it in 2021 already. And now it's the only option you have. But it's a good option. Yeah, so beauty-wise, top. I think we could have horn here on as a reinforcement on the tips. So far it doesn't look like. And Shan didn't tell me, so there is no horn. And well, this is no problem. So the bow is, I think, $350, including shipping, so totally fine. What we have here is bear paw glass, and here it's shiny, and here it's also shiny but a bit more rough. And I can see some traces here where I think it's the glass itself. This is not 100% even everywhere. I think it's properly glued on. This is not the point. It's just that I can see here some traces somehow in the glass. But yeah, I'm aware that just recently Bear Paw had a few topics with quality, at least what we have seen here on Facebook. So maybe this is the topic here. I can see traces as well. But the bow itself has a very, very nice and soft draw, smooth draw. You see here, I have now shot how many rounds? 14 times 3 arrows, and I'm not exhausted at all. I had probably 35 pounds on my fingers, so this is really not much. I tried a bit longer, so I could not extend to the max because of the arrow length. What else? The sound is very nice at release, so it's a dark sound, and if you have it here, it's more high sound. Funnily enough, I think this is due to the correct weight of the arrows. And vibration-wise, 1, 2, 3, gone. So this is also not much going on. We don't have a non-contact bow here, so no string bridges. The bow is straight, of course. What always can happen if you have bows like this, that the loop slides a bit to the one or the other side. Make sure that you bring it to the middle again, and then it's fine. But this is normal for these bows. The bow is relatively easy to string because of its length. You need to come over at a higher point and not there. Yeah, so it's, for me it's there. Yeah, for the 1.90 m guy, it's there. Yeah, so it's a matter of size. And what else? Yeah, craftsmanship, I've just touched on it. I don't think this is an AF Archery topic. This is a bear paw glass topic, that you can see the stripes. And the rest is flawless, so nothing to complain about it. It was sent via FedEx, was there in a few days, so this is really cool. And Shan is a very friendly guy, so if you have any topics to discuss with him, just drop him a note. And what else? Fast flight string. A little thicker than the other strings, so that's the reason why the vermeil knocks are a bit difficult to set on the string, but benefit is they don't drop easily. So this is a beautiful, I would say, Han style bow, Han Chinese style bow, not to mix up with the Han or Hunnen in German. So yes, good that I have it now. So thank you very much, AF Archery and Chan for sending this bow to me. It's paid, yeah. And so this is my own opinion about it. And thank you everybody for watching, taking the time to see the video. Wish you a good start into the week, and yeah, I hope that I next week be able to review the black Tata bow. Okay, thank you guys, and fingers crossed for our friends in Ukraine. Bye bye.